Hi everyone, and welcome back to another painting tutorial where today I'm going to take you through how I paint ice runes for miniatures. So starting off, I'm going to use an even mix of Thousand Suns Blue and LAHMIAN Medium. Now of course I am using Logan Grimnar as an example of this. I did quite a while ago touch on a tutorial I did stone armor and also some OSL ice effects for runes. However, the finish on this one was quite different to that particular tutorial, and obviously the stone armor as well, if you have seen both of those tutorials. So I wanted to include this one as it was essentially a more refined version. And after having given that a little bit of time to dry, I'm now going to move on to Ahriman Blue and LAHMIAN Medium 1-1. However, I've also added some water to this mix. So in essence, you could look at this as though it's a 1-1-1 mix between the three. And I'm just using my old Raphael 8404 size 30 brush for this. Now, as I often do recommend in my tutorials, once your detail brushes lose their fine point and are no longer capable of those really nice fine details, definitely don't throw them away, as even for small shading details such as this, they're really useful. So yeah, definitely hold on to those. And even keep cleaning them with your brush cleaner if you do use that, as though they are still in really good condition, because it will make them last that little bit longer. But as you can see there with the Ahriman Blue, I was just really trying to pour that on initially and then just remove the paint off my brush and then go back and just remove any excess. It's just a little bit easier when you're creating an emanating glow effect like that. So next up, as you can see now, I'm just using some Baharoth Blue and some LAHMIAN Medium and some water once again. Just looking at the same mix and just allowing this, for the most part, focusing on the recesses of the runes themselves. And now just using some more of the Baharoth Blue mix, where I thought most of the light would be catching around the rune details. So I was actually really happy with how it was looking at this point. However, I decided I wanted to darken the tones around the runes themselves, so I'm just going to use an even mix of KANTOR blue and black. So my go-to black at the moment is the VALLEJO model color black, but any black acrylic, as always, will do just fine. And now I've switched over to, so it is the same brush, so still the Raphael 8404 size 30, however this is one of my newer ones. So as you can see, it's in really good health and holding a really nice point. As you can see there, I just thought the paint was a little bit too thick, so I was just adding some water quickly, and now just going back to those runes. So just ensure that you apply this quite carefully and don't allow it to bleed off into the vibrant runes. And lastly, just going back to the Thousand Suns Blue and LAHMIAN Medium, I decided I wanted to create a very minor glow just on the surrounding areas of all of the rune details, just to add that little touch of realism to that emanating glow effect that I was going for. But as you can see, I'm applying this very carefully, a very minimal amount of paint on my brush. And Just allow a little bit of drying time as well, and then just go back and apply a second coat, depending on how intense you want that sort of glow to be. And with that, the ice runes for my Logan Grimnar are now finished. So I hope you found this tutorial useful today, guys. I'll have plenty more coming in the near future. Now, as of only recently, I have launched a Patreon. I have a couple of exclusive tutorials up there. If you are interested in checking that out, the link will be in the description below. And to all of my new members, I really do appreciate the support. And as always, guys, if you would like to support the channel, if you're in Australia or the UK and you're intending on buying any of those hobby needs, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but if you use the links provided below, it does support me. So again, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching and for all of your support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next one.